Oh my goodness, man. Listen. It's been a while. Let me put myself back in here so we can. Oh, boy, I tell you. You see, let me get myself situated. See, I had to come back on here, and you know I do the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, right? You know I'm part of that podcast. You know I'm part of that situation. But I'm gonna tell you what, the real recognize real. And you know here in the barbershop how we get down. You see, I had to come talk to my people. I couldn't just give you that regular old stale, dry down, no disrespect, but we had to get it into it over here. Because what we just saw, I don't care if I gotta put up 75 hours. I don't care if I got to be at the Muni lot for a whole hour on 92.3 The Fan. I don't care if I got to go back on the 2-minute warning. You just got off the 2-minute warning. You just got off of that for an hour. I had to come back here and talk to the people. I had to come back here and talk to the real because we got some situations that we need to be talking about. We're going to get right to it. Right to it. Let's get to these comments. It's what hurts. Been a loss of words since the game ended. Just WTF, man. And that's the reason I had to jump back on here because I can't wrap my mind around it. I just can't do it. Charles Hubbard coaching. You already know what I'm coming with, Arnold. You already know what I'm coming with. I ain't sugarcoating nothing. Matter of fact, listen, hit that like button in here. Hit that like button on the way in. I'm going to just indoctrinate how y'all we do it up here. We ain't going to hold no punches when we come in here. If you want me to hold the punches, I'll give you 5 to 6 seconds so you can gracefully leave the premises so you don't have to hear none of this prognosticating. And if you think I'm going to be too extra over the top. All right, I'm giving y'all some time. Giving y'all some time. Always smiling Joe Woods needs to go. Someone needs to be the fall guy for this. Get some cookies ready. You might as well already get it ready, DeAndre Black. You already know what it is, man. Once again, we back in the barbershop, and let's talk about what we need to get to right off the bat. We didn't even start. We didn't even stop nothing. That's how on point we is right now. Time to start looking at this coaching staff. Time to start looking at this coaching staff. You see, I think a couple people is complacent. I think it's a few people complacent. You got a game that you've won. That game is in the bag, boys and girls. That game is ready to go. That game is zipped up. I started the post-game show because we feeling like, okay, we ready to go. Let's talk about what we did. And it's a shame Jacoby Brissett had a nice game ruined because I thought Jacoby Brissett played his tail off. I thought he showed some pride. I thought he came out there and led the team. And by the way, he wasn't looking like a regular backup. He was out there throwing the ball with precision, putting it on the money. He had guys ready to play. He was scrambling around, making plays. He played his tail off. He got hit a couple of times, but that game was over. I knew he threw the interception at the end, but that game is booked. And I always keep letting you guys know. Once upon a time, everything that went wrong was Odell Beckham Jr.'s fault. Before Odell Beckham, it was Freddie Kitchens' fault. Then when Odell came, it was maybe Baker plays better without him. And then when they got rid of Odell Beckham Jr., the buck passed to Baker. And Baker, we knew for what he's worth, he is what he thought he was. He's a quarterback. He was not a franchise guy. But guess what we said? We said it was Baker. Cool. You get a new quarterback. See, but now it's a process of elimination. And now we're talking about Kevin Stefanski. Because he has to realize there's more than one side of the football. More than one side of the football here. You called a good game, but your problem is loyalty. Loyalty. Have you ever had a friend? You ever had a friend who you knew was his shortcomings? You knew exactly what he was and what he wasn't. But he got in a lot of fights for you. He came to your back every time that you had a problem, and he would go into a war in a bunker with you in a heartbeat. But you knew he was kind of sneaky. You know, he kind of lied a little bit. You knew what he was. You knew what he was, and you knew what he wasn't. But when you got older, you still had that allegiance to him. You still gave him money knowing he ain't gonna pay it back. You still knew, hey man, I had some stuff coming up missing from the house. But hey, whatever. If he would have asked me, I'd have gave it to him anyway. But it came a point in time when you got older and you had a family that you have to say, you know what? Man, I can't do the same type of behavior around my kids, man. My wife, she don't know nothing about that. Like, come on, man. Like, you wait for them to zip it up. You wait for them to get it together. And then you realize they were never fit for that level. See, some people only gonna be right here. Some people ain't never gonna move here. And that's okay. Everybody ain't meant to be top shelf. But sometimes you can carry a person so long that you forget that they weighing you down. You can carry a person so long that you don't even recognize that that person is hindering you from what you could be doing, your purpose, what you're supposed to be doing in life, because you're trying to carry people. And I'm not saying this is the situation with Joe Woods, but what I'm telling Kevin Stefanski is you might want to understand something. The NFL stands for not for long, and you looking around, and it ain't too many people to blame. It ain't too many more bucks to go around. Because if you lose a 13-point lead with 155 left to go in the game, and you're still giving up 65-yard passes, when all you got to do is keep it in front of you. 65-yard passes for touchdowns. And I would have an excuse. I would love it. I would actually understand if you didn't have week one happen. Because in week one, you gave up that same stuff and you almost should have lost. You should have lost, actually. But then you come back, and the demoralizing thing is you learn nothing from it. You came back, but it did it at home on a larger scale in a worse way. Now you tell me, if you got a friend that's messing up like that, sometimes you got to pull your friend aside and say, I'm not going down with the ship. I ain't doing it. Listen, I trust you as my friend, but behind closed doors, no, that ain't happening no more, because it's my name on the ticket. It's my name on the chopping block. It's my reputation at stake. Because this is not the first time Joe Woods has moved with this. And for all the people that say, G. Bush, but Joe Woods, it's just a bad game. No. That's a pattern. That's the same thing as the 14-yard rush by Chad Henne. This is the same thing as the Robbie Anderson touchdown. This is the same thing where you can't get off the field. This is Trace McSorley. There's a pattern here. And my problem with the whole entire thing is, how many people do you see on the sideline doing this? Fellas, it's not in the book. Fellas, it's not in the book. In the words of the great Avon Barksdale, string, it ain't about the business. It's about that other thing. See, Stefanski, it ain't about the play calls. It's about that other thing. And that other thing is you do not strike fear, and you don't get your team to understand the gravity of the moment. You're up 13. Tell me if I'm lying. Did you see somebody grab somebody up on the sidelines? Did you see a coach? See, sometimes it ain't about the X's and O's. It's about preaching to your team, understanding the moment. If I'm down 13, if they down 13 with 155 to go, I'm bringing my team up on the sidelines. Let me talk to y'all, fellas. Hey, listen, remember last week. Remember we worked on in practice. Deep is the deepest. We don't care if they get 5-yard dink and dunks all the way up and down the doggone field. Nothing behind you. As a matter of fact, make the call. 3 safeties deep. 1 in the middle, 2 split the field in thirds. And if they want to check down Charlie with 155 with no timeouts, guess what? Game's over. But you didn't. You sat there and you looked at your sheet. String, it ain't about that business. It's about that other thing. Maybe you're not cut out for that. Because sometimes you got to gather your troops. 149 in the building. Hey, hit that like button. Stop playing. Super chats is open. You can hit me up at GBush91. You can super chat if you're on YouTube. We can do that as well. You can definitely do. I don't got my overlay on. I done came in here and wasn't even playing. Hold on. Let me do this real quick. Y'all done got me messed up. Did I turn this on? Hold on. There we go. There's my overlay right there. Let me stop this too. I don't even want to see this no more. Y'all know what it was. Let me take that off. Time to look at that coaching staff. Let's get back into this 61 comments so far. What y'all got going on? Hey, hold on. First of all, Charles Hubbard. Let me get to this super chat. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all so much. Willie, what up, man? 95. Time to start showing up in the fourth quarter, bro. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. See? Hey, somebody got to make a play. Somebody has to make a play. At some point in time, we got all these all-pros on here. We got all these all-world dudes. At some point in time, you as a player, and I'm killing Joe Woods, and I'm really getting to Stefanski. But at some point in time, you got to make a play. You got to make a play, big fella. Denzel Ward, feel free to come out the shadows. Yeah. Feel free. Show up anytime. Because I know if you trying to say you top five dudes make plays regardless, right? And I'm going to ask y'all a question. Why can't, if Garrett Wilson is killing us, what happened to dudes doing this? Denzel Ward, I know you shy. You were supposed to be on that phone. Hey, I'm tired of seeing Garrett Wilson catch the ball. I'm on him. I got him. Don't even worry about that, dog. Stay over there. Newsome, that's cool. Hey, EJ, I got him. Don't even worry about that, big dog. That's on me. That's what $100 million dudes do. They go take the ball when you need the ball. Yeah, Miles, I know you was getting triple team, and they didn't do nothing but rush 4 again. But we need a play. Time for the Cleveland Browns to look around and understand the gravity of the situation. I got a couple more in here, man. Let's get to the super chat. I appreciate y'all. Definitely appreciate you, man. Charles Hubbard, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you. I know a lot of you guys probably watched my other post game with the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. We did an hour over there. You probably listened to me today on 92.3 The Fan. I was out in the Cleveland Browns tailgate. We did that. I was there with Peterman. I was in there with Nick Wilson. I was over there with Lima. I did all of that. Came back, watched the game. You probably listened to me here. I had to come get to the people because they don't talk spicy enough for me. Like I want to talk spicy sometimes. I want to get into something. I know I ain't the only one. I know who else. Hey, JC, I'm a Jacoby fan, but we lost and he didn't finish either. The message this week needs to be finished. And that's loud and clear. But I got to say this. Do you understand that there's less than a 4% chance of an onside kick being recovered? Less than 4. It was so much of a long shot that the league thought about getting rid of the play. Maybe we do something else. And the Cleveland Browns, once again, could not recover an onside kick. Why is not your coach talking to you? Guys, come here. Onside team, hands team up here on me. Guys, ball comes to you, catch, get down. Catch it, get down, catch it at its highest point. We about a minute and some change away from going 2-0. Everybody get in here and understand what the time of day it is. But these dudes sit on the sideline acting like their life is in the sheet. Listen, communication ain't in the sheet. Leadership ain't on the play call, coach. Leadership is not in there. Leadership is actually talking to your players, bringing them around, and saying what we need to do. We don't have it like that, man. Big Kev, shout out to you. Thank you so much for the super chat. OBJ's farts caused this. At some point in time, that's how whimsical it is. We found so many different people to blame. Everybody else that was a problem, they on the next thing smoking, they out of here. They ain't even here. So whose fault is it now? If I couldn't call Joe Woods out because he had number 23, aka Anderson Zadeo, because he had him, I couldn't say nothing, right? Oh, he don't got his guys. What's the problem now? He said he didn't have enough defense, enough team speed to run what he wanted to. JOK, he ran around here running a 4-3-4-4, something stupid. Guess what? Did you blitz him? Did you bring him? Do you spot shadow him? Or do you got him dropping in coverage 45 times a game? He didn't have his guys, G. Bush. Other games. Why ain't you blitz Patrick? Gee, you can't blitz Patrick Mahomes. He'll torch you. You can't blitz him. But I last time I checked, Joe Flacco wasn't Patrick Mahomes, and we still rushed nobody. You see, it comes a point in time where I know we like authority. And I know in our society, we are taught to revere our elders. And we always believed that we don't know as much as the coaches do. And that probably is true. I don't know much as Joe Woods and never claimed I do. But there's one thing that I don't get. And if I lose, I'm going down swinging. If I lose, we going down swinging. Joe Flacco would have had to pick himself off the dirt and be like, damn, where is these cats coming from? The rafters? This is stupid. But you let him get back there and get comfortable, patting the ball. Set his feet. Move his shoulders. Throw. You let him do that all day. If you let any quarterback get comfortable back there, he's going to destroy you. That's what he's going to do. And we did that again. And I don't know what people, G. Bush, you're flip-flopping. Joe Woods will have 2 games where he do good and then come back and do the same thing he did today. And somebody want to tell me, well, see, everybody don't want to be knee-jerk reaction on Joe Woods. It's about consistency. Can you go to work and only do your job 50% of the time? No. You can't. Can you? No. But we sit up here and rub his shoulders like he the second coming of Buddy Ryan. And it's the 85 Bears defense. And I'm not letting anybody else off the hook. I'm letting them know, here's we go play this game. And shout out to the Clips. We're going to play a game called What Happened to That Boy? Let's see how many people was actually on the milk box. Go ahead and type in the chat. Let me know. How many people did you even forget was playing today? Because you just didn't even see the name. What happened to that boy? Hey, was there Anthony Schwartz sighting? I'll wait. It was a bad day for Anthony because I didn't see Walker doing nothing. Did anybody see Anthony Walker? Just put it in chat. You didn't have to wait for it. You put the name of the people that's in the chat that was just missing in action today. Didn't even know they were there. I didn't see much of Denzel Ward today. Maybe they weren't throwing over there. But I believe that if I have some sort of Bugatti, I would choose to use the Bugatti in a race. I wouldn't use my Ford Escort. I wouldn't use my Topaz. I'd get my Bugatti out and race because I'm paying $2,500 a month on the note. But you, when it got the Caprice Classic, and just say, yeah, I'm going to just race. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my Tokyo Drift on. I'm supposed to be able to put Denzel Ward on whoever. And by the way, if we're not listening, he's a better man coverage corner than he is zone. But yet still, wouldn't it be honorable if we just played to the circumstances that we have? Wouldn't we? Be great, right? It'd be great, right? 207 people in the chat. I appreciate every 207 of you. I want to get to these concepts. Let's get to some of these questions. GB, the Browns captains did do their job on defense. You see the defense put Brissett in that position. The head coach and the other coach is accountable, but the head coach is always first to go. It is what it is. His name is on that front door office. And I'll tell you what, I'll just keep saying it. 1:55 to go. Up 13 with no timeouts for the Jets and a 40-year-old statue named Joe Flacco in the backfield. And it is what it is. I want to get to some of these super chats. Let me take this down real quick. I want to get to some of these super chats. You can super chat if you're on YouTube. I appreciate every single one of y'all that's super chatting. I appreciate y'all. This is why I'm out here doing my thing, because I know somebody is mad like I am. I wasn't done yelling at the ceiling yet. I'm not done hollering at the moon, because this is unacceptable. They got to get it fixed. And if they think Pittsburgh gonna come in here with Mitch Trubisky and not give you that business, and you can't stop nobody on long, who gives up long JV plays like that? 65 yards. Who does that? Man, let's get to it. I'm sorry. These dudes are spamming. Let me get you up out of here. Blocked. These dudes, man, be doing so much. Let's keep it going. Let me see. I got a couple down here. Here we go. I'm going to get to these super chats. Thank you. Bradley Bruins. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you, my guy. Why we playing zone when we got press man corners? P.S. Delpit was in all of the Jets big plays highlights. Hey, by the way, listen, Grant Delpit. You haven't earned anything. There's a lot of cats in that secondary that just been granted certain things. Because let's be honest, they don't play in the preseason. So how are you beating somebody out? I've been to the practices. The practices taps, and they don't practice hard. They're not tackling nobody. So these dudes, I get it. You're a second-round pick. They gave you that love. But my problem is this. Somebody has to be held accountable. Either they running the right stuff and can't get there, or they call in certain defenses and they don't have the understanding of the defense and they haven't missed assignments, or he's just not that good. Simple as that. Because let's be clear, this is the Carolina Panthers and the Jets. What you think we doing? What you think they popping off with the Bills? What you think they going to do with the Chargers or Patrick Mahomes? Joe Burrow and them. Y'all think that this going to get it done? And I'm tired of every 5-6 seconds you looking at these dudes like it's cartoon. Which way did he go? Which way did he go? Whose problem was it, boo-boo? Whose problem was it? What picnic baskets? I'm tired of him and John Johnson looking at each other like they don't know. This is JV. If you can't line up correctly and play your assignment, I can't play you. I can't play you, dog. And until Joe Woods, and Joe Woods needs a light, a lit under him to know, hey, Joe, if you don't find somebody else that can do it over there, that's on you. But it's all kumbaya. Everybody's so calm. Hey, there's a part in life where you ain't supposed to be calm. There's times in life where you don't know the hell you ain't supposed to be calm. I'm just looking like I'm composed. Sometimes you need to be running and screaming. If the danger is that crazy, run, scream, let everybody else know so we don't all die. All that. Well, I don't know. I don't see what the problem is. These guys are running around. I'm just going to stay level-headed. Get up out of here. Get up out of here. The Brown Tiger, thank you so much for the super chat. Firing Joe Woods would really be a conversation. I'm not at this point. I ain't calling for him to get fired, but listen, all bets are off. Listen, everybody is back at ground zero. I done reset my whole thinking. All that talking of elite defense and number 5 defense and all these athletes, I ain't seen it, bro. Until y'all do something, I'm not about to anoint y'all nothing. Y'all, we are We are not good. That's what we are right now. And we didn't put so many of these dudes in the Hall of Fame because they run a little faster and they spikes look a little better and they talk a little better. John Johnson, you getting a boatload of money. I'm sorry, my G. I'm sorry. You a big name free. I'm sorry. I'm not seeing enough plays. I'm not seeing enough guys that say, don't worry about it, I got it. I ain't seeing it. I ain't seeing no playmakers right now. You tell me if I'm lying. We can have the conversation, but I don't see it, big homie. I don't see it. Every blown coverage. Yes, right, Kyle. Suspect, Big J Bone. Come on now. Come on now. Shout out to the Qs out there, too. Shout out to the Qs. Bradley, again, thank you so much for the super chat. Doesn't matter how many rushers you bring when wide receivers are open all day. Like nothing. Like nothing. Come on. You can't make them work for it. You can't make them work for it. 239 people in the chat. I appreciate every 239 of y'all. Hit that like button on the way in. Love it. Love it. So let's talk about the people we just didn't even see. What up, Roger? I see you, big homie. Big J, Denzel Ward. We're going down the list of names of people we forgot played today. Let's go ahead and do it. Delpit and Ward, didn't see it. Didn't blitz once today. How's about you just let Joe Flacco get comfortable? Anybody good when they comfortable? I'm cold when I'm at home drinking Kool-Aid. I'm cold on the Madden. When my wife ain't talking to me and I got free reign and I'm in my hoop shorts and I'm playing Madden and I'm drinking Kool-Aid posted up, I'm dominant. But let me do that when my girl is talking about, hey, when we going to eat for dinner? And my mom talking about, hey, did I see that podcast? And a bunch of bill collectors is beating my phone up. I'm terrible at the game. Horrible. Miles. He had that sack in the beginning. Didn't see it. Didn't see it as the rest of the game. That could be a process of him getting double teamed or triple teamed, which I would double and triple team him too. If you got Chase Winovich and Jordan Elliott. It's another thing. You didn't do nothing with the D tackles. I don't know why you think you can rush 4 and you just got Myles Garrett. Man. Rodney Landers, Stefanski, and Woods ain't striking any fear in anyone's heart on the team, and that's the problem. Thank you so much, Rodney. And here's what I'm going to say about this. You bring up a great point, Rodney. I'm tired of Camp Cupcake. Half of this stuff reeks of not enough reps. See, it's different from you doing walkthroughs and practice in helmets with no contact and knowing what you need to do. But it's a different thing called game speed. And for everybody else out there that just refuses to acknowledge that any game time is even necessary for those guys to come out there and operate and know their assignments. Yes, there is. Because when you playing in the game, there's a thing called a clock. Guys in the other team are moving in motion. The snap is happening quicker. The ball is coming faster. Everything is sped up. So now you got to work on your craft. You have to work on, as a coach, getting the call in to your teammate. Not sitting here until 15 seconds run off the clock and then running in some late substitutions and calling the play. Because by the time they get to play you at 10 seconds, now they get in their cadence. If you need to make any sort of calls in the secondary or as a linebacker, it's not going to work. I don't understand what that be about, too. People be calling you. They don't even see you online. How you call me and I'm on live? You see me. I'm on Facebook right now. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm everywhere. I'm confused. What you doing? What you about to do? You see what I'm doing. Needless to say, we'll continue on. But when you are a coach, you even need game reps. You need to work on getting the play called in faster. You need to understand, okay, they shifted in this. Let me get this. Let me think 2 plays ahead. If we get a stop here, I got this in my back pocket. You need to work on your game. And that's why preseason counts. That's why preseason matters, man. And you don't got to go out there and beat the hell out of each other. But you need some sort of level of continuity and working and understanding your assignments. It's not even that physical. But we don't do it. because somebody might get hurt. Well, guess what? We might as well be hurt anyway because we got smoked. Bam. Who you say? Corey Davis. Good gracious. Never knew he was that dominant. Never did. When you have a million different rules, you end up blaming others. Everyone else playing with instinct and technique. We are scientific BS. It's time not to let a guy behind you. It's not that easy. It's not that difficult. It's not. It's just not. You know, you're down 13 and I can understand if it, like, you did all of that last week and almost lost the game. And instead of coming back being better, instead of coming back being focused, you did it worse. That is nothing but a lack of paying attention to what we're supposed to pay attention to. And if there are some New York Jets people that's seeing this here, let me tell you something. Shout out to you. I ain't no hater. I'm not a hater. You watch any of my stuff, I give credit where credit was due. Joe Flacco came out here and said, I'm a competent quarterback, and if you're going to let me be open, if you're going to let my receivers be open, if you're going to not put no pressure on me, I'm going to hurt you. Because I'm a competent quarterback that has done some things in this league. Maybe you might have forgot I got a Super Bowl ring. See, it's a lot of times we need to stop doing this hyperbole. He's trash. He's garbage. He's horrible. No, we're not good. This is the second time everybody's been unanimous in beating the Jets. But we had the same thing happen in 2020 when we went up there and we had an opportunity to clinch. You didn't clinch because guess what? You sitting here talking about what you expect, or it ain't about what you expect. We should never talk about that. The Browns is a week-to-week team, and week-to-week in the NFL, anything can happen. Facts. Man, thank you so much, James B. 3 years is a large sample size for Woods. Stefanski needs to pull a Ryan Day and find a new defensive coordinator. I'm sure Ryan Day can give you some relevant advice to Stefanski and Garrett Wilson beat us. It's another thing. That's alarming. Backups, reserves, and rookies. Backups, reserves, and rookies destroy the Browns. They come right in and just, and I'll shout out to Garrett Wilson. He landed hard. It looked like he had a bruised hip or tailbone. I thought he wasn't gonna come back in the game. He showed heart. Not only to come back in the game, he came back and made plays. Man. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters, man. 250 and hit that like button. If you have not done, subscribe to the Barbershop. If you want the real, I can give you that fake stuff. Not saying nobody else's content is fake, but you come here for a specific reason. I'm going to tell you the truth to you. I want the Browns to win just as much as you want them to win. But some of this stuff that we've swept under the rug, we got to reevaluate how we look at these guys. We do. And till they earn that, we're giving a lot of stuff away to people that have not earned any of that. They just haven't. I don't know. I'm sorry that I gashed myself up. These dudes in the secondary talk about we no fly zone and we some of the best second. Boy, y'all can't even get lined up yet. I'd make them do push-ups and sit-ups and run till their tongue fell out if I heard any of that. What? I heard what? You said what? Hey, take off. Take off, fellas. Take off. Go ahead, take off. Yeah, I'll tell you when to stop. Take off. Talk about no fly zone. These guys are amazing. These guys, and I see, get him out of here. He's still spamming. I missed y'all too. Jonathan Stanton. If Delphi keeps it up, Bell gonna be starting. GQ is Clowney's is injury serious. I thought he tweaked his ankle. I don't think it's no Achilles or nothing. I just saw the way he tweaked it and turned it over. He wasn't going to be able to come back in that game. And now it's a short week. So I don't know if he's going to play in that game. Don't know if he's going to play in that game, man. Let me get to the rest of these. Go New York. Shout out to the Bennett family, man. Thanks for pulling up, man. Woods is not the problem. Browns are laid back, scripted defense and offense. Great running backs and some great defensive players, no leadership. I just haven't seen enough where people are invested. I haven't seen no arguments. I haven't seen no fights. I haven't seen no coaches and players going back and forth. I ain't seen nobody on the sidelines breaking clipboards. I ain't seen none of that. I don't even see there's no emotion. And I know emotion don't mean that you're doing anything, but there is nothing on that sideline that says sense of urgency. I'm urgently trying to fix the problems. I'm not waiting. I have to look at the tape. There's a couple things that we can clean up. When people don't feel like it's going to be a consequence to doing what they're doing, they're going to continue to do it. Sometimes there's a healthy need of fear. If you are a pilot, if you're driving a plane, it is a necessity that you have a healthy dose of fear that says, I'm driving a bunch of people and I'm 90,000 feet in the air. I'm not up here freezing, but at the same point in time, I am consciously understanding what the gravity of the situation is. And that makes me sharp. That makes me focused. That makes me pay attention to when I'm doing my hours. It makes me want to study more. It makes me want to be a better pilot because I understand what the consequences of me not being a great pilot is. More. I don't see the urgency. I just don't. Somebody had to have a conversation with these folks, man. Let's keep it moving. And Karen, G. Bush Priest, I can never relax watching the Browns game. Love your channel. Thank you so much for your support. You always show me love, man. And Karen, it was crazy because I'm in the other chat. I'm in the other thing, just telling myself, yeah, the Browns pulled out another one. We got an opportunity to go 2-0. I'm looking at the stats, like when the last time we was 2-0, and then they gave up a 65-yard bomb to Corey Davis. I said, what? Corey Davis ain't never beat nobody, D. When he start doing that, then they kick the onside kick. They get the onside kick. Then they get the ball back. They got to score a touchdown to win. They lose them by 6. They go down and just walk down the field. You still had an opportunity to stop them there. Still did. Still did, man. Still did. It's just. Hell yeah, we mad. We mad as hell. Eddie, we pissed off. I'm not gonna lie. But to me, I know Jacoby Brissett played his tail off. He played his tail off. I thought he threw the ball well. Once again, Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt played well. You could go back and people say, well, they should have took a knee. No. You up 13, you're supposed to win that game. You're up 13, you are supposed to win that game. Browns chose defeat out of the jaws of victory. Happens a lot. Charles, thank you so much for the super chat. Browns had the 5th best defense last year. People were saying fire DC. That was 5th in pass and 14 overall. So did they think picking up better? Delpit is the first player blowing coverage in both games. See, Charles, I'll tell you what. The thing is, Charles, if it all falls on either way, it falls on Woods, because if he continues to let Grant Delpit be back there blowing assignments, it's up to him to get him out the game. Right? It's up to him to say, look, we can't play you. I can't play you. Where's Richard LeCounte at? Where's DeAnthony Bell at? I'm sorry. I cannot. He's not. If you have a guy who just does not lose his mind in coverage, you keep everything in front, you win the game. So it's the rubber has to meet the road somewhere. Who's accountable for this stuff happening? And the problem is, it's a very short week. It's a very short week. Pittsburgh is up next. And if you think that Pittsburgh, and that's it, and I'm going to just tell y'all this. What I don't want to see and I don't want to hear is nothing this week talking about how mediocre, terrible, or bad Mitch Trubisky is. I don't want to hear nothing about TJ Watt not being there and he's hurt. I don't want to hear nothing about their offensive line and how they're not that good. I don't want to hear nothing about them saying, well, the receiver's okay, but they dropped the ball. You know what I want to hear? I want to hear the Cleveland Browns talking about what they do. This should serve as a warning to all people. We should never chalk up victories. And I want to give you this on the way out, and I need to say this. Something tells me there was a lot of people looking at Deshaun Watson as the savior, because We talked about all offseason Deshaun Watson and him not being on the field. In the meantime, we seeing people that should have been preparing to get their business and their house in order. But we taking calls and fielding stuff on Deshaun Watson. That ain't up on him. People need to understand Deshaun Watson is not going to come in here and be the savior riding on some donkey. The problem with us is we always looking for a hero. We's looking for him in Baker Mayfield. Somebody save us. Somebody love us. Somebody say they want to be here. Tell me you love me. Bro, that Deshaun Watson or Baker Mayfield don't tackle people. Deshaun Watson ain't going to come in here and magically the secondary going to remember their plays. Magically, there's a sense of urgency. No, there is no such thing as a savior. None. And we put all this eggs in this basket, and I get the fact that you need a franchise quarterback. I understand that he's a really good player. But let me tell you something. Some of the same things that have been plaguing the Browns forever continue to happen. And I'm going to ask you a question. Which coach was the emotional one that said the buck stops here? Never going to happen. I can go back as long as they've been here. Chris Palmer, was he fiery? Was he in people's faces? Nope. Butch Davis, was he all in people's, jumping down people's grill? Was he? Was he saying, heck no, we ain't going for that here? What about that? No, not Butch. Love Romeo Cornell. Love him to death. One of the nicest men in the world. You already know that's not his forte. Already know what it is. What about Rod Jasinski? What about Pat Shermer? Eric Mangini, anyone? How's about Mike Patton? Which one of these people was telling people unacceptable? If you can't get it done, you don't play. Bunch of nice guys. Browns have always been a bunch of nice guys. Now we get to the point where we are right now. Freddie Kitchens. Freddie. See, the problem is you got to go take life. You got to be about something in life. You got to make your own way. You got to make it happen. And the Browns don't preach that. Yeah, there should be hard feelings and ruffled feelings everywhere. People should be ticked off. And guess what? That's a good thing, because that means you care, and that means people is trying to figure something out. But as far as I'm concerned, all that playoff stuff and wait till Watson get back, bro, y'all can't get lined up. Y'all can't do the regular stuff. I got too many players that's missing in action. I ain't seen Jedrick Wills do nothing all year. I keep seeing I'm missing it. It's a lot of people missing in action. And they need to get together as players and as coaching staff and understand and say, look, we need to rethink some things. We ain't that good right now. We're just not. I'm not putting no more All-American status on these dudes. Y'all going to have to go prove it in not one game. It's consistency. I see Patrick Mahomes be great consistently. I see the rest of these teams be great consistently. And there's one thing that I can't knock, and I'm not a hater. The one thing about the Pittsburgh Steelers is they don't care who is on their team. The standard is the standard. Every single year, whether it's a quarterback, a backup, whoever, they play the same way. And that is not a coincidence, because the Cleveland Browns, they play the same way no matter who's on the team. And that's a bad thing, because they've done everything they can to lose games. Block kicks to the house when no time left. Guys throwing their helmets when the game's over. Missed kick field goals, right? Now the new thing is, how's about we just go ahead and just give up 90-yard plays? You know how hard it is to get a 65-yard play? You know how hard it is to get 65 yards? It's just crazy. But somebody's going to have to do something, because guess what? You got a couple days left. You're probably not going to have Jadeveon Clowney. You've been beating the run game up all crazy. Jacoby Brissett got carried off the field a little bit. You're going to be in a knockdown drag out on a national televised scene, and we're going to see what you're made of. Because if you get embarrassed there, it's time to start talking. I'm sorry, bro. I told you what it was before the season. I told you what it was. It's a process of elimination, and I'm not in the business of waiting out to see if Deshaun Watson is going to save you need to work on your game right now. The coaching staff, the players, y'all need to work on y'all's game today. Just like Deshaun Watson got to work on his life right now. That's what he's doing. While he's working on his stuff, y'all need to be working on y'all stuff. I got a couple comments. Let me get to the comments really quick. 305 people in here, and I appreciate every one of y'all. Continue to support the Barbershop. Thank you so much for the super chats. I appreciate you guys. I love coming in here and being real about the situation because I know I ain't the only one. It's a lot of real cats out here, bro. It's a lot of real ones out here. Let's get to some of these comments. I think it's add insult to injury because the Jets had 0 timeouts. That hurt so bad. Like, we know you tackle somebody once in bounds and that tick, 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 tick. Like, come on. The fact that they had you take them. No, you take them. No, you take them. That's so funny. That's so funny. Browns' worst team in the NFL in 3 decades. Nick Chubb stuffed his stats today and loses the game. Go down, Chubb, and game is over. They was playing the fireworks. They had fireworks shooting off. Fireworks was shooting off. This game was over, man. This game was over. Who's our Ray Lewis on defense? The energy, I ain't seen it. David Reed, thank you so much. Not only the fact that they had 3 of them. David, they had Ray Lewis, Sackmaster Terrell Suggs, and Ed Reed. And Haloti Nada. Let that sink in. That was cheating, bro. Oh gosh, man. Hey, sorry, man. Did I miss the firewood train? Oh yeah, we've been toot. You just in time. You just in time. As bad as the loss is, there's silver lining. We got to remove this game from our memory ASAP, and glad we play another game in 4 days. I'll give you that. By the way, this choke job that we just did, tell me why the Baltimore Ravens did the same exact one. They was up 35-14. They was up 35-14. And they lost. Looks like the Bengals, if the Bengals win, everybody in the AFC North will be 1-1. So that's the thing. So if there's any silver lining, it's the fact that, guess what? Everything that you wanted to do, it's early in the season. It's going to be ebbs and flows. But this is a game that you were counting in the win column, and you got to think about it. If you lost this one, you're going to have to get another one somewhere where you didn't think about it. Yeah, either you're going to have to beat are you going to go beat the Chargers? You're going to beat Tom Brady and the Buccaneers? Who you going to take 2 from the Ravens instead of split? That's the thing about this thing right here, man. It's the thing about this thing. If you miss one, you got to go get it back somewhere else. Not saying that it can't, but I'm disappointed that they wasted a really good performance by Jacoby Brissett, man. I mean, that game was over. That was done. He played about as well as he could. I thought the run game was good. I thought, overall, that was a 31-17 game. But it just goes to prove you got to play to the last whistle. 43 years Browns fan here, G. This loss was as bad as the Ernest Biner fumble. Oh, I wholeheartedly agree. Because even with the Biner fumble, they was fighting from behind to get back into the game. They was from behind trying to go, and they were on the road. You home opener against a horrible team, 3rd-team offensive line, and an old quarterback. Boy. Eric let Flacco get comfortable. Didn't give him anything he wanted. It is what it's there. We're y'all keep, let's see. Our secondary beast is spinning around like a robot lost in space. Warning, warning, Real Rodgers, warning. They do be doing that. Shout out to you, Robert. Boy, I tell you, them boys, man, listen, that's contagious too. Because they now you low-key dry snitching on somebody. Marcus, yeah, this hurt. This hurt. I can't keep taking this. It's almost worse that they have real players now as when they did when they were straight trash. That's the part that's so disarming. We sat through 1-31. They found every way to take the L. But they only got bona fide ball players. I mean, these guys are getting max deals. These guys are bona fide all pros, and it still don't matter. It's crazy. It is so unbelievably crazy. Charles, man, Delpy going to single-handedly get Woods and Stefanski fired. But I do agree, no fire on the field. Ronnie Harrison was the fire guy, but would blow it too. Oh, yeah, you're right too. Ronnie Harrison is definitely a fire guy. But not only is he going to blow assignments, he's going to actually do things to get personal fouls too. He'll drop kick somebody or take his helmet off and do backflips and be like, I don't know what's going on. He wouldn't be much better either, my guy. Man. No, G. It stays away. It's going to be Bengals going to be 0-2. Well, hey, that's even better for us. Dang, it's 323 in here. Please hit the like button. I thank you guys so much. 323 people in the live. That says a lot. Because this game has been over. I want to thank y'all for checking me out. I already did an hour. Y'all could have definitely said, listen, forget G. Bush. He's doing these hours over here. We ain't about to go back and rehash this, but it just goes to show you y'all really mess with me. And on top of that, continue to support me through Super Chat. I really, 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 really want to say thank you guys. So I do think so. Kieran Gavin says, lifelong Browns fans in New Jersey missing extra points, can't recover onside kick, and can't convert turnovers to points. You won't even beat Rutgers. You won't. Keep it up, G. Bush. You're doing great things. Thank you guys so much. I just actually almost came back in here just to do this. We're going to read a couple more of these, Marcus. You be funny, man. Oh, man. It's 100%. Rob Money 32. It's 100% worse when I had expectations. Most painful Browns games I've ever watched. It was so painful. I had to come back on and talk it out like it's therapy. I couldn't just get an hour of it. I had to come back on and it's just, Jesus, man. Jiminy Christmas, man. You guys are awesome, man. But this is the fun time. This is a fun time. I want to do it, and this is just because I haven't done it since last year. I have not even done a post game, so I want to continue to thank you guys that donated on Cash App, or you donated whatever you are. You could donate a Cash App $ GBush91, or you could super chat, or you could do a super thanks. But thanks enough is we gonna do this. Let's do our shout out game. We may have took an L, right? And it hurts. It hurts like hell. Like we barely living, but at least we did it together. So my favorite part is where you calling from before we end it out. We're going to go where you calling from. We're going to get as many of you as we can in here. I was down over at the Browns tailgate working with 92.3 The Fan. So many people came up to me from all different places, man. G. Bush, I'll be seeing you on Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Love your content. As always, man, it's G. Bush in the building. And you know how we get it, man. Shout out to Athens. Shout out to Athens, Ohio, OU. I saw some Bobcat fans, 740s in the building. Shout out to my people, my roommate, Chris Foreman. He down there, and he probably going crazy right now at home. He's down there, Westerville, South Stand Up, 614s in the building. And you know where I'm at right now. 216 is in the building, Cleveland. But them old stumping grounds, 330 Canton, Akron. Stand up with the 330. Y'all ready? Here we go. Where you calling from? Where you getting it in at, man? You know what we want to do. Let's get to them. Where y'all calling from? Man, there's so many of these. So many of these. Here we go. Hey, Colin Wood, what's good, Charles, man? What's up, bro? St. Augustine, Florida. Roger, what's good, man? Dubai. Ben, you doing big things. You're doing big things, Ben. Dubai's in the building. Hey, Cleveland in the building. Hey, Monty, ain't nothing wrong with that. East 105th, you know what it is, Big J. East 105, 216 is in the building. Robert, 330 is in the building. You know how we do, man. We keep it up, man. Yo, Robert, G. Bush, what up? Youngstown in the building. You know what it is. Shout out to Maurice Claret, too. Mississippi is in the building. Zerat, appreciate you. Toledo's in the building. Let's see. Broadview Heights is up in here. Planet Hurts Like Hell by Aretha Franklin. Y'all crazy. Olmsted, what up? That's around the corner. Berea's in the building. Cleveland Heights is doing it. 330, but you in the C-Bus, man. I appreciate you. Tomcat, we see you over here. Louisiana in the building. Shout out to Jarvis Landry. We could have used you today. Maple Heights, 216, you know what it is. From Cleveland, but in Houston, Texas. Lamar, I appreciate you, man. You know, stay strong down there. Hold it down for the Browns down there. Grove City is in the building. Brimfield, Ohio. Harvard Ave is in here. Nova Scotia, Canada. Columbus. You know what it is. 130th Street, G. Bush. Love you, homie. Love you too, Michael. Hawaii in the building. Aloha, man. Shout out to the Browns backers of Hawaii. They always checking in with me. 216, where we at? Mike, you there? Warren, Becky, shout out to you. OU alum. Washington Hall, East Green, Boyd Hall, West Green. Shout out to you. Where we at? Where is this at, man? Panama City Beach. Tampa in the building. Man, you guys are everywhere. East 105th in New Jersey, I see you. Jackson Township, Browns Daily, I see you. Tucson, Arizona. The Dominican Republic, stand up. I'm going to thank everybody else. I do two more. Where we at? East Carolina in the building? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. In the building. I want to thank everybody else for pulling up on me. Thank you. Make sure you like this. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. We're over 9,000 people. 9,000. I'm almost close to 1 million views. That's one of the proudest things I've ever done. When I started in this game, I didn't have an opportunity to have nothing. Nobody gave me a job. Nobody gave me and put me on the air. Nobody did none of that. I just said, listen, I got $1 in the dream. I'm going to invest in myself. And one of the biggest accomplishments I ever think I can get is 1 million people by myself watch my videos. I never thought that was possible, and that's all because of you guys out there. 300 people in the chat 2-3 hours after the Browns is done. That just goes to show you how strong the Browns community is. Keep a lookout for all my other content, daily podcast every single day, Locked On Browns. If you haven't subscribed to that, please do. It's a podcast. You can download wherever you get your podcast. Make sure you do that. Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. We're over 2 million views on that. All my castmates over there, Adam Bull, McNuggets, Brad. Shout out to my man, too. DeQuell Jackson came through, showed me so much love. This dude is such a genuine dude. Joe Thomas has already come through on all these dudes, these old school guys, Leroy Hort. All these dudes show so much love, man. They text me and they just talk about how just their life experiences. So I want to thank all those guys. And most importantly, make sure you check out Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. every single weekday live. But I'm going to continue to give you the barbershop content because the real is the real. I got to talk to the people, and the people's champ don't go nowhere. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody for coming in. Thursday night, we got to reset. Pittsburgh is in the building, and they better have their A game ready to go. As always, you never know where I might show up. So what you got to do is you guys can listen to the Clippers. Peace.